we're 4 weeks away. We've not had a single person said they're going in this year.
I thought Batista.
Well, that's not been officially announced yet, has it? Batista can do it because obviously he was going to do it a couple of years ago. I think it was like 2021, but he said no, I want to wait. I'd absolutely love if they half the inductees this year. Well, they've done that thing now where it's like they're in the Hall of Fame, but they don't do like the speeches. It's like
they just put some in.
Yeah, it's like Luna Fashion's in it, and it's like they didn't do, that could have been like a proper thing. They had some,
yeah, it's annoying because that's people that I'd like to hear from.
Gangrel could have told stories because he married her.
See, Gangrel, get him in there. I think they went so many years where like it picked up so much steam that obviously, Vince obviously wanted to capitalise. And from a business standpoint makes sense, but
also
it got to the point where like certain people going in, it's like, not to be harsh or anything, but like you're like, really?
But it's getting to that point now. It's like who can go in that it's not already in? Because you say this
because you put so many
already in.
How many years worth have you had of the Hall of Fame where if you talk about the headliner, well, you've had like multiple people that could have headlined and they've all been on the same one.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, to be like, actually look at 05, because Hogan goes in as the headline on that, Piper. But you had Piper. Piper could have been a headline.
Yeah, Orndorff.
I'd say everybody, apart from Mr. T, I'd say everybody from the first Mania match should be a headliner.
Yeah. They could do what UFC does nowadays and have like they have a modern and they have the early days. But they also have like matches and like special people like the cut men or whatever, and they have like women in there. But also,
do you know what? You're onto something there. I want to go into that. You're onto something here. If you made the Hall of Fame a wrestling show, this might be a universally despised idea.
But we're going to say universe, mate.
If you made Hall of Fame, and the matches that you had, you do like maybe 3 or 4 matches, but you bring in Hall of Famers that are still able to actively compete.
Yeah.
And that still do actively compete, because you don't want to ruin like a big, do you know what I mean? But Ricky Steamboat, for example.
Yes.
Steamboat will have a match, easy.
Well, he did, didn't he? Was it him and FTR? I'm sure he did. I'm sure that match happened.
It was recent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he wrestled near the Ric Flair last match.
Because that's why he did it, wasn't it? But there's so many matches. It doesn't have to be many matches that go in this Hall of Fame for matches. It could be any match.
Oh, you mean actually putting a match in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah. You could easily put like the first main event. You could easily put like maybe a 10 ladder match. You could easily put.
Well, you're also onto something there as well, because I like that idea. I thought you meant as in turn the actual Hall of Fame event into a wrestling show where you have live matches.
You could that as well,
because they've got the ring there now.
Yeah,
but no, I like that. That's a good idea.
I've said for a while, wouldn't it be great if during the Hall of Fame you didn't set up a feud for like the next night of Mania or whatever, but you have how many times has someone who's active present someone into the Hall of Fame, and yet they cut to their opponent the neck for in character.
I think again,
they get the brawl so you can get the. Not like Bret Hart getting beaten up by a fan.
Oh, that was bad. That was. He got absolutely paced.
Brett, watch! I got you.
MJF, yeah. I think that's a good thing if it's done sparingly, because if you did it every year, it takes away from because I suppose that's why maybe having matches at Hall of Fame is a terrible idea actually, but like the emphasis has to be on the Hall of Fame inductees, right? Because you're meant to be celebrating their careers,
yes,
and they've earned this prestigious award, acclaim to be in the Hall of Fame. If you did it every now and then, and you'd have to reserve it for like your big heel, your big heel. So, for example, though, I mean, look, if there was anybody from the Anoa'i family that could go in this year, you could absolutely play that into the Bloodline stuff.
Well, the only one really is The Rock.
So, whenever that happens, how cool would that be? This is fantasy booking. The Rock is inducted, and Roman Reigns cuts him short.
Do you know what they should do? They should,
because Roman's the head of the table.
Yeah. I've had an idea.
Go on.
have a match between two people that are not in the Hall of Fame, and the winner gets put in the Hall of Fame, and the loser never gets put in.
Oh, this is WCW 2000. All right, Vince Russo. Winner gets Hall of Fame. Do you know what they should do? They should have the loser is outed from Hall of Fame. Do that at the actual Hall of Fame, right? So you have two Hall of Famers have to go against each other, and the loser is kicked out of the Hall of Fame.
Because sometimes it feels weird that it's like The Rock's not in that yet, and he will be.
Of course he will be.
But Rikishi's in there before The Rock.
Yeah, but we all...
It's the same way Kane got in before The Undertaker.
I know, but I think a lot of that, though, with The Rock side of things, I think we all know now at this point as fans, it's purely down to Rock's schedule. And Taker didn't want to go in and that makes perfect sense with Taker. There was no sense in putting Taker in whilst he was still going to be wrestling. Because that's the whole point. Like he was sticking to the Undertaker character, the persona. As soon as you put him in the Hall of Fame and you're asking him to speak like a normal person and recall on all these times that he's had, you're looking at Mark Calloway, and the mystique is gone.
Well, it kind of has now.
Well, it has now, because he's wrapped up his career. He's retired, so that makes sense now. He didn't want to do it whilst he was still potentially active. So yeah, it makes total sense. That's why you'd never see him at Mania, even sat out in the crowd. He'd always be in the back.
Yeah.
But the Hall of Fame. Wonder who's going to go in. We're going to say Batista.
Well, Batista's apparently been put through, but I go who, because there's always a woman, and I'm thinking, was Stacey Keebler put in?
Stacey's not gone in. Tori's in, isn't she?
Tori's been in.
Tori's in.
Trisha's
Jacqueline?
in. Jacqueline's in. Ivory's in.
Molly Holly.
I think she's in. Beth Phoenix is in.
Beth's in.
Sable's the only one, really, because China is
Sable.
China is technically in because of DX, but also she can be put in as herself.
Sable is absolutely the only one left. Sunny's never going to happen.
She already has.
Oh no! When
did
that
the same
happen?
year as Shawn Michaels.
Was it?
Actually, going back to who the headline should be. Do you remember when Mick Foley was the first person announced, but then it turned out he was never going to be the main eventer because Bruno Sammartino got...
Yeah, because Bruno got... Yeah. And again, that goes back to my point. Like, Foley absolutely easily could have been a headline.
Yeah, he could have easily been in.
But at the same time, look, if Bruno's on there, Bruno's going to go in at the top spot. I agree with that.
For a few years, it felt like people who were connected to where the Mania was involved. Like, the reason why Bruno was in, because they did it at Madison Square Garden.
Well, that's good. Yeah, because Foley always wanted to do it at Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, and you go...
Well, at New York.
Because Goldberg was in... But that's because he retired like the year after. But
yeah,
Texas in 25, you had Stone Cold.
Mm-hmm.
This year's in Hollywood. The Rock could easily go in.
But he's got to be there for it, though. He's got to be there for it.
Yeah,
you can't have him just accept it over satellite. It won't mean the same. You want him there for it.
Also, that's another reason why I think Batista's in. And then you got who's going to be the famous person to put in? Maybe that Maria Menounos, because she's Access Hollywood.
But that's what I mean. Like that, having a celebrity wing is almost sort of handicapping yourself now, because who else can you realistically put in? Like, because Mr. T, absolutely, I agree, should have gone in it.
Mr. T definitely should.
Absolutely should have gone in it. And
Trump kind of had to, because he was only 23, and
he didn't.
Well,
no, he didn't.
But May 23 was sold because of him. Not the matches. Not the.
No, I don't know. No.
Pete Rose deserved it.
Pete Rose absolutely deserved it. I would say Muhammad Ali.
He's not in yet.
Muhammad Ali.
He deserves to be in it.
Absolutely. Pretty much everybody apart the first WrestleMania.
Even Mayweather.
Not yet.
Not yet, but he will be in there.
Not yet.
Motorhead.
Muhammad Ali. Motorhead, absolutely. Yeah. Limp Bizkit, for that matter.
If Kid Rock's in it.
If Kid Rock's in it, Limp Bizkit and Motorhead absolutely should be in it. I know Limp Bizkit's not everyone's cup of tea, but Limp Bizkit was the WWE band during the early 2000s. There's no disputing it. But the trouble is, if you start going down that route, where does that end? One day we'll see Hardy in there. We'll end up with Saliva. Fozzy should go in.
Yeah.
Imagine Fozzy goes in and not Jericho on his own.
Well, that's another thing. Jericho would definitely be in there one day.
Oh, 100%.
No matter what he says. Because
Dustin Rhodes isn't in it yet, is he?
He's not in it, no.
Obviously, we're talking AEW guys there. But no, I'd say celebrity-wise right now, top of the list should be Muhammad Ali. Cyndi Lauper?
In.
She's already in?
Yeah. That's the problem. There's so many...
They've done so many already.
So many, and they did because it was King of the Ring, like 94, they did in 95 they did a Hall of Fame, and then they didn't do one for a few years. For televised, so no one knew that Patterson was a Hall of Famer until 98 when he was part of Stooges.
What about Vinnie Jones?
It's going to be emotional.
It's going to be emotional.
The thing is, I didn't know about that until I watched until I had the Attitude Era podcast, because they did they used to do the UK shows for every.
Man,
I had no idea that existed until then. Now everyone seems to know about it. It's
yeah. Vinnie Jones.
Brits will mix with anybody.
my top three, my wish list for the celebrity wing goes as follows. Top three: Muhammad Ali, Limp Bizkit. Well, my top five after Muhammad Ali, Limp Bizkit, Motorhead, Vinnie Jones, and then. I mean, it's going to have to be... Yeah, that's the trouble. It might have to be somebody recent. What about Chuck Norris? Chuck Norris isn't it, is he?
No. And you don't... And if Drew Carey got in for one appearance, then Chuck Norris should.
Well, Arnie only did one appearance,
He did more than one appearance, but... The famous one is, obviously, the SmackDown appearance.
Yeah.
But he also did an appearance on Raw a year before he got put in. I don't know if you remember that one.
Not vaguely, but not really very well. Hugh Jackman, he'll go in it.
Yeah. Do you know who has?
It'd be any celebrity that really had a good positive thing.
I don't know.
Mickey Rourke will probably end up in it because he was a part of a WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Although he completely misunderstood the whole point of wrestling.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if this guy has what his life is like at the moment. But Lawrence Taylor. Main event of WrestleMania 11.
That would be interesting, yeah. I mean, he as a main event of WrestleMania, like it or not, he probably should go in.
Yeah. And it's not a bad match. But
it was main event.
Yeah.
It's always going to have that stigma. It was a main event when it had no right to be a main event of WrestleMania.
I did have someone in my head that should go in as a celebrity, because I'm sure someone did multiple appearances.
Just off topic, because I think we should wrap this up now, but in terms of a lady to go in, as I don't think she is in yet, I've just thought of one. Lillian Garcia.
She should go in it.
I think Lillian is top of the list now at this point.
Yeah.
Get Lillian in there.
Chimmel's
got to go in at some point.
He was there for 30 odd years.
He's got to go in at some point.
Why isn't there a referee in Hall of Fame?
Do you know what I was just about to say? Because Earl Hebner, like him or not, should go in it.
He should.
Tim White should go in it. Mike Chioda should go in it.
I was going to say
Charles Robinson absolutely should go in it. Gosh, you could do loads. Nick Patrick.
Yeah.
Cool, we're on to something here. Leave the Hall of Fame booking to us. You'll have matches. You'll have people beating each other up in the crowd. You'll have matches being inducted, referees being inducted.
Ring crew should be inducted.
I'm going to make one bold prediction.
Go on.
For next year's WrestleMania
Hall
of Fame. I'm going to make it right here, right now. Rey Mysterio.
Do you think this match with Dom, which is going to happen, it's going to happen?
I think we need more of the... I need to see more of a build to know whether or not this will be Rey's last match. But I called a while back that I think this could be Rey's last match against Dominic, and Dominic takes his mask.
I've got a feeling, because they've brought Santos Escobar, that it's going to be a tag with probably... No.
They won't.
I don't think they'll do one-on-one.
But if Rey's gone after Mania, maybe Santos goes in to try and... because Dominic will have effectively taken Rey's legacy, and that's going to be a bad thing because Dom's the heel, and Santos will be like the face trying to be like, no, I'm going to... Do you know what I mean? Because Rey's already passed his mask on to him.
Yes.
It kind of feels like we're already... Do you know what I mean? So Dominic actually physically takes the mask at Mania, but the symbolism is that Rey's already given his mask to Santos.
Well, did you see
that? So you could have a story go there.
Did you see that Dom actually ripped the mask off on SmackDown?
Finally, yeah. Oh, man. Well, look, we'll have more episodes between now and WrestleMania, of course, and WrestleMania weekend does look quite big. I think we're at a wrap for today, so we'd like to thank everybody for listening to the episode. We hope you've enjoyed it. Again, if you're a new listener, hope you've enjoyed the episode. If you're a returning listener, still hope you've enjoyed the episode. Whether you're either or, we'd love it if you can leave us a 5-star review, which you can do on...
Apple Podcast.
Yep.
Podbean.
No.
Spotify.
That's the one. Yeah. 5-star review on Apple and Spotify. It's because we host from Podbean.
That's what I think.
We host from Podbean. But we are on wherever, I mean, you've listened to this, you've obviously already got a home for a podcast, but we're everywhere, really. YouTube, we'll have videos going up on there as well. Ash, there's a poll up at the moment.
Yes, there
Which
is.
WCW show you're going to be doing?
And if you want to vote, it's Starcade 96, New Blood Rising 2000.
The only New Blood Rising, wasn't it? But yeah, well, 2000.
Greed from 2001 and Great American Bash from 89.
Those are the votes. Currently, as of recording, Starcade 96 is winning. So Twitter is being nice to you at the minute.
It is.
Because they could have been... Somebody voted Greed, so somebody wants you to have a bad day.
And I voted personally.
And I love it.
And I personally voted for New Blood Rising because...
Because you want yourself to have a bad day.
You had a bad day.
Oh, there we go. But yes, join us next week. We'll have another one. We'll probably be looking at, whatever we choose to do, really. We've still got a couple more that have been shelved, so we might be banging one of those out. But we'll see what happens. But yeah, whatever you are doing and wherever you are in the world, I hope you're having a great day. Do look after yourselves. Do look after each other. And we will catch you in the next one.
Yes, we will.
Yes, we will.
Yes, we bloody well.
We bloody will.
Because it's been emotional.
Oh, there he is.